welcome to another weekly Winged Wisdom Oracle reading for February 24th. I'm Stacy the Blackfeather Intuitive. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So for our weekly Oracle reading today, I have chosen the Arcanum deck. I love the imagery in this deck. Let's see what it has to say to us. Let's call in all the Archangels, Ascended Masters, Highest Guides, Light Beings, Creature Teachers, Elementals, Loved Ones in Spirit. Ooh, come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need for our highest and best this week. And this deck is definitely talking to us. There were a whole whack of cards that almost just flew out there. All right, this is what we've got to look forward to this week. 7 of Cups. This is all about choices. Cups energy is emotions, intuition. And I'm feeling like this week, each and every one of us has the option to listen to and follow our intuitive guidance, or to not. To listen or to not, that is the question. To be or to not, to be or to not be, that is the question. So the message here is we're all going to have opportunities this week, and it feels like the energy is really heightened on an energetic level, on a spiritual level. I feel like all of us, whether you, receive your guidance through just an inner knowing, or whether you receive guidance through people talking to you from the other side, I feel like this week in particular is going to be heightened in that way. We're all going to be receiving intuitive guidance on something big. I'm hearing that it's big issues. It's not medium-sized, it's not little issues. We receive that on a regular basis. It's big issues, and you're going to have a strong, yes, I need to move forward, or no, this isn't a good idea, or I really feel like we should do this over here. And I want to say to you, it's all about choosing to listen to it and follow it or not. Make it an experiment. If you're nervous about choosing the intuitive guidance, but you also want to, you know that it's the right path to follow, and you want to see where things are at, but you're a little nervous to trust yourself, you're a little nervous to trust Source, make it an experiment, make it a little adventure, and try a little bit, move forward a little bit with it, with a little bit of trust. Share, check, and see where things are at, and then share again. If you're saying, yeah, my intuitive guidance, the last time I listened to it, it didn't turn out the way I wanted to, so I'm really not comfortable with that, and I'm going to choose a different path. Treat it like an experiment and see what happens. Does it work out for you in the way that you were intending? Does it work out for your highest and best? Could it have been done a different way? Could it have been smoother than what you got? Treat it as an experiment. We all get to be scientists this week. And it's almost like the scientific method. I see us, sort of writing things down, recording things down as we know. What is our base? What is our solid? Where did we start from? Where do we want to end up? And what happened during the experiment to get us there, or to not get us there? What happened? Ooh, I'm also really drawn, I'm looking at these cards, these cups, and the cards have all sorts of different things. There's jewels, there's a castle in here, hearth and home. There's sort of a spirit being, angelic being. There's a woman with her eyes closed that tells me intuitive stuff. And then I'm seeing 2 cups with dragons in them. And I'm drawn to the one with the dragon with his wings spread out. And I want to say to you, make the choice that is going to bring you the most freedom. That might not be the easiest choice. That might not be the choice that gives you the most confidence or courage. But I want to say to you, choose the one that's going to give you the most freedom and see where it takes you. This week, it really is about learning to spread your wings and fly. When we're talking about cup energy, it is the realm of emotion as well. I know I'm talking a lot about the intuitive stuff, but it is the realm of the emotion as well. Tune into how you're feeling. Make choices based on what is going to elevate your vibration, elevate your energy. What's going to not drain you? What's going to feed your soul and give you more? Motivate you in directions that perhaps you've not been in before? What's going to help you to expand? I feel like this week, that's what it's all about. It's the expansion of self through our intuitive choices. And there will be many. And I also want to say to you, there's no right or wrong choice here. It's just about making a choice and then moving through and seeing what happens, seeing what it gets you, seeing what it brings you. There's always something to be learned through this process. Also, I feel very strongly, the whole card, the background of the card, we've got the purple and then we've got the water, we've got the blue. So it's really about creative communication on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. You're going to be supported no matter what the choice is. There's no right or wrong choice. Just make the choice and learn from it. Choose, but choose wisely. All right, let's pull our Oracle deck, and we're going to do the Elle. This deck is quickly becoming one of my favorites. I just love the pictures, I love the imagery in it, and I do really love the messages. So, this card is making its presence known. Look at the back. And the back of it is just so pretty. All right, so we have She Who Listens, Hannah, understanding, witness, and compassion. And the first thing I'm getting is, when I'm tapping into understanding, understand that the choices you make always have consequences, but not every consequence is bad. Oftentimes we hear the word consequence and we associate it with negative. Oh, be careful, you're gonna get the consequences. But there are good consequences as well. So I feel like having an understanding that your choices are going to have consequences and sort of feeling into what those consequences are going to generate, what those consequences are going to bring to you throughout this week, I feel is going to help you to make that choice. Also, be a witness. It's kind of like I said to you, do the experiment. You're the scientist. You're experimenting and you're learning through the experience of the experiment. So be a witness to what occurs. Observe. Take notes with your observation and decide, would I do this again? Was it a good idea to ignore my intuitive hunches? Was it a good idea to act on my intuitive hunches? What happened as a result of that? For some of you, you might learn, oh, that wasn't intuitive guidance, that was my ego speaking. So there's some discernment in the process as well. But all the way through it, you want to be the person who listens. You want to listen to that inner guidance. You want to listen to those voices and learn from those experiences. Have that understanding. And then the compassion works too, because at the end of the day, have compassion for yourself. No matter what the situation is, no matter how it turns out, you are a human being. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And sometimes that can be messed up. And having compassion for yourself and recognizing that you don't always have all the answers, sometimes it does take a process of trial and error, a process of experimenting to find out what works best for you. Have compassion for yourself. That makes a lot of sense. We aren't always going to have all of the right answers, but when we listen, and we really listen well to that inner voice, that inner knowing, we're never steered in the wrong direction. It may come through in kind of a weird way. It may not come through the way you anticipate or expect it to come through, but it's always going to come through in the way that you need it to for your highest and best. I also really love that I'm drawn to the 3 different rings that she's wearing, and it's like 3 different crystals, and the one that I'm really drawn to is the one in the center. It's yellow and it's a little bubble. If you can see on her hand there, she's got a little bubble in the center, and the little bubble is that yellowy gold color. And I want to say to you, it's connected to the solar plexus chakra, mastery. Connecting to your mastery. How can you master something if you aren't working towards learning all about it? We weren't born right out of the gate knowing all of these things. We had to remember. So step into that place where you're remembering these things. You're learning as you're going through the process. And I'm drawn also to this particular ring on her finger because it's round, it's cyclic, spherical. The idea that everything is circular. We are all connected. That helps with that compassion piece. We're all going through our own situations and circumstances. We're all going through our own little experiments and learning phases and working through that process. have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself that you will get there. It's part of the act of mastery. You weren't born a master. Well, actually, there are schools of thought that will say you are a master, and it's about uncovering the layers of crap and nonsense and shenaniganery in order to get back to that mastery. On the flip side of that, you weren't born knowing everything. In fact, you were born having forgotten everything, and the process is about relearning and remembering. So have compassion for yourself through that process, and just know that everything that you're working on towards this week is working towards your mastery. How can you allow yourself to be a master in progress, a work in progress? How can you do that for yourself today? What ways can you apply compassion to your own life? Most people are very compassionate towards others and have the difficulty with themselves. This week, I challenge you to apply that compassion that you give to others to yourself, and to recognize that we all come full circle, and we all are, we all need breath, we all need food and water to live. We all do the basic fundamental things at the core of it. So don't let that stop you from moving forward on the path to mastery. Love that message. All right, drawing a feather today. Oh, and we got two. So the first one is inner guidance. I don't think I need to explain that any further. We've already talked about the inner guidance. This is more of a validation for this card that it is this week about you making choices based on your intuitive guidance, listening to that inner voice and allowing yourself to trust it. Move closer to the trust, move forward in that direction, make it an experiment and see what happens. And then the second feather that would not let go, is angelic spirit. This is divinely ordained. Everything that is coming through this week for all of us. And I feel that we're all going to have this experience, this exact experience. The players are going to be different, the circumstances are going to be different, but the core of it is the same. And it's being angelically guided. So when you are stuck, when you're feeling like you're not sure what's going on, you're having a hard time discerning between the ego voice and the intuitive guidance, ask for your angelic support. Ask for the angel team to come in and guide you, speak through you, show you the way, light the way, fire it up so you can't miss it. Ask for their guidance. Also, it's on a pink feather. Pink is all about that unconditional love. And at the end of the day, that's what we're really working towards. We're working towards learning how to love ourselves as well as others unconditionally. And the best way to get through that is through the angelic realm. Tuning into your inner guidance, talking to that dream team and asking them to guide the way. They know better than we do, so use their support. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. That's it for this week. Really enjoy doing these weekly oracle readings for you guys. If you like what you see here, please feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. Also, if I can be of service to you in any way with a personal reading or one of my other services, please feel free to check out my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com, or my Facebook page, The Black Feather Intuitive. I have so many different options and choices on there for ways to connect, right down to an email reading. If you just have one single question that you want a quick tune in to, I offer an email service, and you will receive that answer to your question within 24 hours. Typically it's same day, depending on how busy I am, but definitely within 24 hours you will receive a response. Love to do those, and it's a great way to connect really quickly, especially if you're not sure, you're just sort of getting used to this psychic guidance thing, and you want to see what's, if it's really legit, if it's real, what's going on. It's a great way to connect and see if it's something that fits for you. All right, guys, take care. Have the most amazing week. See you next time.